Looking to pick up some sweet Double Masters 2022 reprints while prices are cheap? Well, you can snag them all from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, by heading over to cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Rough draft time. We are drafting some Double Masters 2022, and we're doing Phantom. If you decide to draft this set on Moto, definitely do Phantom. The value just isn't high enough for real drafts. The EV of the packs is absurdly low. If we go to GoatBots, we can actually see the EV. 1.21 is the average value you get out of a booster. And remember, this is an expensive set. They charge a premium on Moto too. It's like twice as much, more than twice as much, I think, as a normal draft. But the packs are just not worth anything. They're less than Streets of Nuka Penna, less than Kamigawa, AFR. So if you do decide to play it, I definitely recommend phantoming it up. Come on, Panharmonicon. I really just one time want to first pick a Panharmonicon and see what happens. Oh boy, these are not the best first picks. Fire Song and Sunspeaker. I don't think there's a great way to really make this work in limited. Pillar of the Perrunes, dead cards. So probably not taking rares. Distribute 3 counters among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures and double the number of counters on each of those. It's kind of funny. So you get 6 counters at a minimum, but if you have other counter stuff, it could be even bigger. So we do get 2 picks in our pack 1, pick 1 here. Spider spawning is always fun to build around. I do like a good spider spawning deck. We could go like spider spawning body double. Although, if you're on the stream, we drafted a spider spawning deck on stream already. So maybe it's too repetitive. That is a sweet start though. The rest of this pack, just not a ton, like to push us in a direction. Like Coiling Oracle's fine, but you don't really want to first pick it. Lava Coil's fine removal, but do we really want to first pick it? I mean, I guess we're doing the graveyard thing again. Spider spawning body double. This sets us on a path towards trying to, Corridor. Okay. Well, maybe we're going to be many Magic the Gathering colors. Corridor's sweet. It's sweet in a graveyard filling deck. It's super expensive, but it gets super cheap if we can fill our graveyard, and then we get to cast creatures from our graveyard. We could also just take Ether Snipe, which is just a good card. There's also now a ton of mono red stuff, but let's take Corridor. So wow, Alenda. So this one's more of an aristocrat deck. So we got to be very aware of filling our graveyard. Like that's going to be essential. Kozilek. Probably don't want that in our self-mill deck, honestly. It's a bomb. We could try to ramp into it. Just change things up and try to be a ramp deck. But it shuffles our graveyard back in, which is the downside. We're probably just got to take a land here. I mean, we could just take a Lenda because it's a strong card. And it isn't our... You know what? Let's take the bomb. Alenda doesn't do anything specifically with what our deck's trying to do, but even though it's a 4-mana 1/1, it is a pretty strong card. Like it can stick out and grow. It's a creature, so it works with spider spawning. We can recast it with Corridor, which is kind of cute. Like maybe sack it to something and then recast it, sack it, recast it. We're firmly 4 colors, 3 packs in here. I guess not a surprise in Double Masters Limited. So fixing gonna be important. Graveyard filling with what we got so far is gonna be important. I guess there's some world where we try to switch into more of an aristocrat shell, but what do we get here? So red's the one color we're not in. Agony Warp is solid removal. This lets us discard cards. I mean, we could just take a Cryptic Spires, which that is fixing. There's nothing like Agony Warp is fine. It is fine. It is solid. Although there is a chance that we're not even blue. We could be like Abzan Graveyard. Let's take Spires. I mean, we're gonna need the fixing. Just looking at the cards we've taken so far, we need the fixing. Is there a way to make these cards bigger? I know there is. I thought there was. I'm not sure how. Oh, there we go. Deck card size. Let's make those a little more readable. All right, what are we in? Ooh, okay. This is an interesting pick. So there's a bounce land. Bounce lands are OP. They're so good, and it's in our colors, and we need fixing, and we're a million colors of mana, so non-basic lands are really good. There's also 3 decent graveyard fillers. Balustrade Spy, Glow Spore Shaman, Grapple. Out of these, I would probably take Grapple. I like that Grapple lets us get a creature back, although we want as many creatures as possible. As much as I want the bounce land, I think we got to take a... Oh my goodness. Okay, well... Kind of rewarded. That's a second spider spawning. Skullbriar's cute. There's another land. Liliana's Elite is better than I gave it credit for, but we're taking Well, we got a plan. We're filling the graveyard. We're attempting to fill the graveyard. Can we fill the graveyard enough to make this plan work? So we could be Abzan, we could be Sultai. People are learning to pick lands aggressively. We can see no dual lands in this pack. There's kind of nothing here for us. Supernatural Stamina. Creature gets +2/+0 when it dies, return to the battlefield, tapped. Wow, this is like very close to just a dead pack. Like really close to just being a fully dead pack. I mean, let's take, I guess, Spell Pierce for the sideboard. Well, we're definitely taking Cryptic Spires here. There's nothing else for us in this pack, but Cryptic Spires is good. Spell Pierce goes in the sideboard. Well, we're off to an interesting start. Double Spider Spawning is spicy. So we'd rather be filling our graveyard with creatures because Spider Spawning cares about creatures, but I mean, Thought Scour, mill 2, draw a card, maybe that's fine. We could take the Unearth, even though we got nothing to unearth yet. Well, let's take the Thought Scour just in case. All right, Cryptic Spires, snap it off. We will play so many Cryptic Spires. My current theory of drafting this format is 4-mana 4/4 trample when it's the target of a spell. When you cast a spell that targets it, draw a card. It's a body. Could be curve filler. My current thinking of this format is, yeah, we'll take Severed Strands. It's not great removal, but it's removal. And if we make spiders or something, we can afford to sack some. My current thing in this format is, if you ever get a pack that doesn't really have much great for you, just take the Cryptic Spires. Unless you're, the rare deck that's really focused on 1 color, 2 color, which you don't see those decks very often. It seems like most of the decks I see in this format are 3, 4, 5 color. Just snap. Ooh, okay. Well, that makes me feel better. So we get the Grapple with the Past. The Spy is also good, but Grapple with the Past is better. So we got a couple graveyard fillers, which makes me happy. The one thing we do got to be aware of is Spider Spawning cares about creatures in the graveyard, as does Corridor. So we really need to make sure we get as many creature ways to fill the graveyard as possible. That said, I don't think we can take the Spy over Grapple because Grapple's just, it's really, really good. The ability to get a creature back is very powerful. No one likes the Guided Passage. All right, pack 2. 2 picks coming up. And we can take kind of anything at this point, really. Still not married to being in blue. I assume eventually we're going to get graveyard fillers that are blue. That might make us want to be blue. But at this point, we could not play Thought Scour and Body Double. All right, what do we get in this pack? Cryptic Spires, Tusk Guard Captain at the bottom. Rares, Kolaghan's Command. It's fine, but not in our colors. Legion Initiative. Maybe a Boros aggro deck could take advantage of it, but not really for us. I guess we can take the Spy. That seems like a pretty easy pick. It fills the graveyard, and that's what we want. We could take this Liliana's Elite. It doesn't fill the graveyard, but it's another card that cares about the number of creatures in our graveyard. We wouldn't mind a good removal spell. The problem is the removal we have here is not good removal. We have Disfigure, which I think is just too limited. We could take the Cryptic Spires. You can never really go wrong with the Cryptic Spires. We could take another Body Double. I do really like Body Double in self-mill decks. The question's going to be, are we in blue? Are we going to play blue? Is it worth it to play blue? Well, we're taking the Spy for sure, so let's take the Spy. And then I think it's really Body Double versus Liliana's Elite versus another Cryptic Spires. We do need a lot of fixing. My only worry with Body Double is that really does push us into being a blue deck, even though it's a powerful card. Yeah, let's take it. Body Double's sweet. All right, what do we get here? Anything that fills the graveyard? Not really. Wiltleaf Liege is okay. Symbiote's not the worst. I do like Abzan Charm. Removal, card draw, pumping. Those are 3 good things. Are we going to be Abzan? I mean, that's the one challenge we're having right now is like, so we're green and black, spider spawning. Are we going into white? Are we going into blue? Are we going into both? Are we going into neither? That's the challenge of the moment. We could just take another Cryptic Spires. I don't really want to play Traveler's Amulet if we can help it. Let's take Abzan Charm. Eternal Witness is sweet. It doesn't fill the graveyard, but it is good with graveyard stuff. I think we're just instantly taking Eternal Witness. I mean, it's probably most likely that we end up being 4 color. I think that's probable. Wow, a lot of rares in this pack. Tharaxamundar, not really for us. Ulshat the Hayseed, 4 mana, enters the battlefield with +1/+1 counter for each red creature you control and each green creature you control. Makes Sapperlings, pings things. Well, I mean, we're probably just taking We need ways to fill the graveyard. Take another Spy. Spy's not like top tier graveyard filling, but it works. Ooh, okay. Salt Ice Soothsayer is really, really nice here. So this is definitely the push into blue. We are gonna have to fill at the bottom of this curve. ETB, look at your top 4, snag one of them, the rest go in your graveyard. That is kind of exactly what we want. Eye-Blight's Ending is fine removal, although there are some elves in this format. We've learned that in the past. Not guaranteed great removal. We're gonna take this Liliana's Elite out of a not super exciting pack. A little nervous about our fixing now. We got 3 Cryptic Spires and that's it. Well, we got a plan. Do we have the mana to make it work? I mean, I guess like Grapple and Glowspore help a little bit with the mana. Rhino's kind of fillery. I mean, we're probably 4 colors. Unsure if we're gonna play Thought Scour. More likely that blue is kind of like a late game splash color. I think the body doubles are worth it though. Like copying Soothsayer's good, Eternal Witness, plus it hits our opponent's graveyard, so we can always get one of their things. Definitely want more of these. Grapple, Glowspore, I think are what we wanna open the most. All right, another Grapple. Pretty straightforward, easy pick. Like anything that fills our graveyard and helps fix our mana is going to be really, really good in this deck. Although I think Glowspore, honestly, at this point I want Glowspores more just because we want our creature count as high as possible for spider spawning. But I don't know, if we can reuse spider spawning enough, it might not matter. Definitely could use like a couple more removal spells too. We're a little removal light. We have the Abzan Charm and we have a Severed Strands. And that's about it so far. Hopefully we don't have to play this Rhino. Rhino's fine, like 4/4 trample for 4 is fine, but it doesn't really do anything synergistic with our deck. It's just kind of a body. So hopefully we can replace it with more synergistic cards. I guess the same is kind of true of Alenda. I don't know if Alenda, I mean, I think we're gonna play it just because it is a card that can kind of just win on its own. Ooh. Annoyed Altasaur. Expensive, but powerful. It is a creature. We're not in red for either of these 2 cards. And I mean, our mana is already going to be a concern. So I don't think we want to go 5 colors. We'll take the Altasaur. I mean, it's big, and Cascade can hit a body double or something. It'll be interesting to see how good this Corridor is. That's one of the things I like about this set. Even though a lot of the reprints disappointed me from a value perspective, definitely taking Cryptic Spires. From the perspective of limited, I think it's really cool to see like, how does Corridor work in a limited set? Because it's a commander precon card. It hasn't been in real limited. So this is like the first limited experience for a lot of commander precon cards. I mean, I guess people have probably played them in cubes or whatever, but in reality, this is their first run through limited. I mean, I think we're in an okay spot. I wouldn't say we're in a 10 out of 10 spot or anything. No Panharmonicon, so of course we can't be in the best possible spot. The best possible spot would involve a Panharmonicon in one way or another, but this looks like a functional deck. I mean, when you open 2 spider spawnings early, it's hard not to go in on it. I mean, assuming we make the mana work, we're relatively happy with all these cards. One of the nice things about master sets is really hard to not have enough playables. You're always gonna have playables. Probably our weakest cards are Rhino and Severed Strands, I would say. We do need to also be aware of the curve to some extent. Definitely would like to fill out this area and hopefully not add too much more in this area. Well, we take the Agony Warp, I guess. Thar. Moto really wants you to draft the rares. Willy Fleege, Sign of Darkness. Could take Quasali Pride Mage. I mean, we're gonna be in blue. We'll take it. We'll take the removal. This pack has literally nothing. I guess we'll take the white card. At least it's in our colors. Heading into pack 3, more fixing, a little more removal at least, and definitely more glow spores in specific, but early game graveyard fillers. And then we should have a decent deck. We'll take the Needle. I don't know. There's probably like you run to someone that's playing Planeswalkers or something, and it is probably worth sideboarding in. No way we're going to play in the main deck, but I could imagine it being a really good sideboard option in very specific circumstances. But still, let me know. We don't do that much draft on the YouTube channel, but I enjoy draft. Should we do more drafts? Should we make rough drafts a semi-regular thing again? It's been a while since it was a regular thing. I feel like maybe interest in limited has increased because Arena has made limited almost essential because it's just like that's the easiest way to get cards. So I feel like a few years ago, not that many people cared about limited, but now because of Arena, I feel like almost everyone or many people care about limited because that's how you acquire cards as cheap as possible. So it might be time. It might be time for rough drafts to be a regular thing again. But let me know, would you enjoy rough drafts to be a regular or semi-regular thing? 5-mana 3/4 flying, 3 mana discard 2, return from graveyard to the battlefield tapped. I mean, it does work with a graveyard theme. It's a way we can get cards out of our hand in the graveyard. Probably still not very good. Probably going in the Rhino pile. Breakthrough. Boom. So pay 5, draw 4 to... This leads to a lot of discarding, right? So if you pay 1 mana, you draw 4, discard your hand. Not good. 2 mana, draw 4, discard all but 1 card. So you're going to have to cast this for a lot of mana, like 6, 7, 8 mana. And then I guess it's a really expensive draw 4. What's the sweet spot? You got 4 cards in hand. You cast this for 4 mana, 5 mana, I guess. X4. Draw 4, discard 4. So it's like, yeah, that's not efficient in any... Yeah, that's probably just unplayable, actually. Hard to construct a scenario. It's a card that seems play like in the old days a little bit in like Legacy Dredge, but then you're trying to discard your hand. Like your goal is to just discard your whole hand. So 1 mana discard your hand and draw some cards to trigger Dredge is like insane. But outside of that, maybe Breakthrough is just not actually playable. All right, pack 3. Give us some good, not Panharmonicon here. The only time I ever open Panharmonicon is in pack 3 when I can't actually take advantage of Panharmonicon. Okay, so our rares are Bedlam Reveler, which we're not going to play. Hostage Taker, which we very well might play. Vampire Sovereign, Cryptic Spires, nothing to fill the graveyard. Well, I think Hostage Taker is an easy pick. The question is, with our second pick, do we want Abzan Charm or Dimir Aqueduct? I think those are the two options. So it looks like we're heading towards like green, black, I guess more blue than white, but we want both, I think. Well, we're definitely taking Hostage Taker. That's a really, really, really nice option. It's a bit of removal. It's potentially a 2-for-1. Do we fix our mana or do we take Abzan Charm for value? We have 0 bounce lands so far. We have 4 Cryptic Spires, which is not a ton for the amount of colors we're trying to play. Although Abzan Charm is good. Like exile any relevant threat, really. Draw 2, lose 2 for 3. Or I guess counters on something, but some things. Yeah, let's take the Abzan Charm. All right, we do really got to focus on fixing, though. Fixing and graveyard filling. Well, Cryptic Spires number 3. Oh, there's another body double. We already have 2 body doubles. It might be excessive to get another one. Let's take the fixing. So up to 5 Cryptic Spires. Really, really want another Glow Spore too. I don't think we need much. I don't think we need much to be happy with this deck. Ideally, we cut these 3 cards. So if we can get like a couple more Glow Spores, another removal spell maybe, then I think we're kind of off to the races. And we can add in some of these filler cards if we have to, like Severed Strands. If we really are desperate for another removal spell, we can make it work. Sagging a Lender or something isn't the end of the world. Right now we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4? 4 removal spells. Ooh, gifts. Oh my God, another Spider Spawning. Spider Spawning, Grapple with the Past, Cryptic Spires, Gifts Ungiven. Search your library for up to 4 cards with different names. Reveal them. Opponent chooses 2 to put in your hand. The rest go in your graveyard. Is there any way we could make that work? So if we gifts, we go like Spider Spawning, Body Double, Thing, Eternal Witness, Grapple with the Past. I mean, we might actually be able to make a decent gifts pile. Although it's hard to pass up another. Let's just take another Spider Spawning. Like, triple Spider Spawning is kind of absurd. We just need the Glow Spores. We need Glow Spores. We need Spies. Just anything that'll get creatures in our graveyard. That's all we need. And then we just do the Spider Tribal thing. More Soothsayers would be good. Like, anything like that. Anything like that, we're going to be thrilled. Okay, can we... Draw X cards and discard a card. That kind of fills the graveyard with a card. I mean, it is a powerful effect. It is also double blue, which is asking a lot of our deck. Seeker Squire can sort of fill the graveyard. It is a creature. Elvish Rejuvenator can sort of fix our mana, and it's a creature. I don't think we want another Altasaur. I don't think we can afford the double blue. If this was single blue, I think we'd snap it off, but double blues, that's a lot. Well, Seeker Squire it is, I guess. Not as good as Glowspore, but okay, there's a Glowspore. Thank goodness. Okay, I was getting a little nervous that we were not going to have enough ways to fill our graveyard, but another Glowspore is huge. Not even looking at the rest of the pack. Like, this is literally the card we want most, I think, out of any... It sounds hilarious because it's a meh common in general, but for what our deck's trying to do, it's so essential. Like, we have the 3 spider spawnings, we have the corridor, we just need to make sure our graveyard is consistently full. So that makes me feel better. 2 grapples, 2 glowspores, 2 spies. It's not bad. That's not bad as far as filling the graveyard and the soothsayer. Ooh, Green Sun Zenith. Search for a green creature. So this can get us Glowspore, Eternal Witness, Soothsayer. I guess Altasaur or Corridor if we have an absurd amount of mana. Could take another Seeker Squire. Could take Deranged Assistant, although having blue early might be a challenge. No removal. We already got a Stitch Wing that we're probably not playing. Yeah, let's take the Seeker Squire. We just want as much graveyard velocity as possible. Like, that's it. That's all we're hoping for. Double Scion. I mean, it does cycle. We can cycle it. When it deals combat damage to a player, put a target creature card from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Could also take this Changeling. We already got a million 5-drops though. But it gains life based on us having some creatures in our graveyard. Maybe we just take that for the sideboard. If we run into like a super aggressive deck, I mean, I don't think we want to blow up all of our spiders, but we could almost make it work. Let's just take Cryptic Spires, number 6. We've definitely gotten more than our share of Cryptic Spires, which is good. Boy, are we to the point where we just need to take the Severed Strands? I just take the Liliana's Elite. It does get kind of big. I'm not sure if we actually want to play Altasaur, honestly. Yeah, let's take the Elite. Wow, there's nothing here. Nothing at all. I mean, this is a 4/4 for 4 with flying, but we'll just take the Scab. Oh, yes. Okay, Grapple with the Pass coming back around. That's good. Our 2-drop slot is full of ways to fill our graveyard, which is what we wanted. Well, now we might cut the Altasaur, and we got to cut one more of something. Okay, well, if the mana works with our 6 Cryptic Spires, no bounce lands, unfortunately, but it should be fine. Rhino. I mean, we got to cut a single card. It might actually, oddly, sadly, be Elenda. I feel like Elenda might actually be our weakest card. Oh my god. We'll set these on green-black for now, but those are gonna change in the future. So we need to cut one more card. Card we're staying. Graveyard fillers. Graveyard fillers. Removal. Graveyard fillers. Graveyard fillers. Removal, finishers. I mean, I think it's either Liliana's Elite or Elenda. Elenda's sweet. I don't know if it's good, but it's sweet. Recasting it with Cardor's interesting. 15 creatures. We do want as many creatures as possible. I think we want all 3 spider spawnings though. Like that's our payoff. Oh, all right, we're gonna cut Elenda. I think this is the right choice, as painful as it is. So we need a lot of green, a lot of black, a little blue, a little white. 1 blue, 2 blue, 3 blue, 4 blue, 5 blue, 1 white, 2 white, 3 white. So we want a little more blue than white. So Cryptic Spires, white, green. Cryptic Spires, green, blue. Cryptic Spires. So I think we're going to do, let's see, do black, white. Cryptic Spires, black, blue. So where does this leave us right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black. 1, 2, 3, 4 white. 1, 2, 3, 4 blue. Let's go green, black. And then maybe we just put one on white, blue. Yeah, let's do one that's just both splash colors. Looks like a deck. I mean, triple spider spawning sweet, so on to round number 1. We've got a limited edition Commander playmat for sale. It's only available until June 30th. You can get regular stitched or foil signatures from the Commander class crew. You can pre-order it now over on mtggoldfishmerch.com. On to round number 1 of our draft, and this is fine. Could use some more graveyard filling, but let's see. We need to start on black, but our mana's good. We got a spider spawning. Got a little bit of removal. See what our opponent's up to. White, red. I'll play a forest and Seeker Squire into Grapple with the Past, but we're gonna leave that on top. That's one of the cards we actually want to be casting here. I mean, Seeker Squire's not bad. Opponent Weathered Wayfarer. Well, that's gonna go off a bit for the time being. Well, go to combat, smack ya. Play the land, play Liliana's Elite. If our opponent's gonna spend their time searching up lands with Weathered Wayfarer, hopefully we can just pressure a bit. At some point we might hostage take it. Hostage Taker is at its best when you can play it and cast the card right away. That's its high point. Kind of think Weathered Wayfarer is probably not that good in this format. Opponent passes. Could be leaving up like Mana Leak. Well, play Glowspore Shaman. Resolves. Do we want to get back a Cryptic Spires is a question. Yeah, we probably got to take the white one. All right, so put back Aspires, play Aspires, go to combat, hit ya. Opponent takes it. Okay, Weathered Wayfarer is really good in, can be very good in Constructed when you can be tutoring up Amurias and Field of Ruins and Wastelands and so forth, but I don't know if it's worth it in Limited just to fix your mana. I guess it's fine. It is technically card advantage. Opponent mills some stuff. Opponent's kind of far behind on board. Mountain. Who knows what ridiculous bombs they could have. What do you got, opponent? What do you got? All right, gonna kill the elite and passes. Well, let's, grapple with the past. Mill some cards. Really? Okay. Sure, we will pay. Yeah, let's take Body Double, I think. Play Cryptic Spires. Go to combat. Smack ya. We've milled a lot of lands and not many creatures. Wow, opponent takes it to 9. So he can Stagger Shock the Glow Spore. Yeah, right now Spider Spawning's not looking that great. Only 2 creatures. Opponent's got way more cards in hand than we do. Plays a Swamp. Last Breath. All right, so opponent's some sort of control pile. Bloodwing Entity to get back what? You put an instant or sorcery card from a graveyard on top of your library. You're going to get back Stagger Shock. Sure. Opponent passes. Do we even care about Stagger Shock? That's the other question. I mean, we could Hostage Taker and take the Weathered Wayfarer. I mean, that seems fine. Yeah, let's Hostage Taker. Snag Weathered Wayfarer. Play Weathered Wayfarer. Pass the turn. So opponent's drawing Stagger Shock, which whatever. Like if they want to kill their own Weathered Wayfarer, we'll take it. It's not doing much yet anyway, since we actually have the most lands. So I guess our opponent's trying to be like a prowess deck. Not exactly clear. These are a lot of cards that I normally don't pick highly. Opponent gets in. Hits us. Sure. Down to 22. Okay. Going to blink. Get back their dork. Okay, so opponent's trying to set up to do this over and over again, apparently. Plays a land. Grapple with the past. Get back forest. Play the land. Balustrade Spy. Mill ourselves. All right, pass the turn. So if our opponent's going to try to do this slow loop, the easiest way for us to get around this is just by going super wide, which spider spawning will hopefully let us do. Do we have any? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, so we still got a bunch of lands left, actually. Opponent plays a tap land and passes. So that's going to be helpful in the future. So we do want to get rid of this entity one way or another. I'll go to combat, attack. Wow, they're just going to take it? Okay, they're going to block. So I think this means they're going to try to do their little loop. Oh, they cast Pull from Tomorrow. Okay. Well, I think we just let this go. Opponent draws a bunch of cards. Discards a card. Kills the spy. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 spiders spawning. Make a few spiders. And go. So, I mean, just one for wanting us a bunch of times is not going to work now. So the little like, oh, blink my thing, get it back for 5 mana, kill your thing. That's not going to be good. Opponent. Oh, we did. Sure left up white mana for this Weathered Wayfarer. That was a bit of a mistake. All right, League Guild Mage. Yeah, definitely should have left up white. Oh, opponent has Stagger Shock still, right? They have Stagger Shock and that other blinky 5 mana removal spell. Well, I think it's time for spiders to attack and hope for the best. We can get rid of the Bloodwater entity at some point. Passing. We draw spider spotting. Well, okay. Go to combat, attack with the spiders. Opponent blocks and blocks. Stagger Shocks. Drops to 5. Well, we will Weathered Wayfarer, grab a land. Yeah, let's take Cryptic Spires, play Cryptic Spires. Spider spawning? Do you have a counter? I mean, this is a lot of spiders. Okay, opponent has a Is It charm, but our opponent's running out of stuff. They're running out of stuff. Sure, but there's 3 spider spawnings in the graveyard. Our opponent's at 5, we're at 22. They get to keep sniping spiders, but they're not gonna be able to do this forever. Like, they are gonna run out of the ability to do this. Yeah, Stagger Shock, Prowess, sure. I guess we gotta be a little careful of like getting milled out, but land, 2 cards in hand. So we know our opponent has a 5 mana blink spell and then 1 unknown card. Wow, getting in, okay. Trying to kill us. Well, we'll take 3. So I gotta be planning on using that blink spell, I think. Down to 19. We probably are gonna have to Abzan Charm this, unfortunately. Opponent's grinding, they're grinding. All right, here it comes. Yep, blink, exile, get back something. Getting back the Pull from Tomorrow. Last card. So next turn, our opponent can pull from Tomorrow. Hostage Taker. So opponent's out of cards. They're going to grab the Wayfarer. Yep. But we untap. We draw planes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I mean, I guess we just make spiders. Make a bunch of spiders. Ask our opponent if they can beat it. Play the land, pass the turn. So if our opponent just casts a big pull from Tomorrow, that's not enough to win him the game. They need to find like a sweeper. So they might have to like cast a little pull from Tomorrow to try to hit something. If they just go all out, they're in trouble, right? We could also use this Abjam Charm to put counters on something, which could actually be relevant here. Looks like they're going to go, what, X3? Not the best pull from Tomorrow I've ever seen. All right, X4. All right, pull from Tomorrow, X4. So opponent's gonna draw 4, discard 1, but they still need to find a way to not be dead. Like right now we're presenting lethal spider damage, even without Abzan Charm. Opponent discards 1,000, okay, Spice, 1,000-Year Storm. Well, I'm glad that's in the graveyard. Well, we see what our opponent's trying to do. That kind of scares me. Tap land, 2 cards in hand. So I can play this to have another blocker. Still does not seem like the safest spot for our opponent. Passing. All right, well, I mean, go to combat. Swing with the crew. 9 spiders at the face. And let's see if we can get out of it. Blocks. Okay, still lethal. Opponent's got to make the first move. Last breath, targeting what? Okay, so Prowess resolves. I don't think this is going to matter, though. Oh, they're targeting their... Okay. And you still die? Opponent tried to do some really tricky line where they tried to target their own Bloodwater entity, but it has Prowess, so it grew and fizzled. I mean, it wouldn't have actually mattered anyway, because we have 2 Abzan Charms in hand. Okay, so opponent's playing 1,000-Year Storm. 1,000-Year Storm. My God. All right, I'm like legitimately scared of this. Well, we will bring in a Spell Pierce. Maybe Thought Scour? Thought Scour might actually be worth it. Do we have any way to beat a Resolve 1,000-Year Storm? Not really. Yeah, that is frightening. So we just gotta hope we can pressure enough, I guess, that our opponent can't 1,000-Year Storm. The upside of Thought Scour is we can target our opponent. So if our opponent doing that loop where they're putting stuff back on top of their deck, we can just be like, Thought Scour you. Opponent's deck was definitely grinding. Maybe we go down to Abzan Charm? Opponent didn't have a ton of creatures that we really need to kill. Yeah, I do kind of wish we just had a hard counter. But Spell Pierce seems helpful. And our opponent's probably not going to really play around it. What do we cut, though? Maybe just the Agony Warp. Yeah, let's go down to Agony Warp. Opponent just doesn't have that many creatures. Well, on to game 2. Game 1, I mean, we saw the power of the spiders, really. Yeah, all right. I mean, I guess we'll keep this. Not a super exciting hand, but it's okay. Yeah, more lands. Well, play the Cryptic Spires, go. Opponent. Float some mana, plays an Aqueduct. All right, play Forest. Run out Seeker Squire. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna keep the Spell Pierce, I think. It's our opponent knowing about it does make it worse, but it's probably still worth it. Mountain and Bloodwater Entity. Running it out with nothing in the graveyard. Well, play the Spires. Hit you for 2. Opponent untaps. Well, we don't really ever need more lands. Oh, geez. Okay, so opponent's deck is a lot different than I expected. Opponent hits us. More land. Well, we might regret taking out a removal here. Balustrade Spy, mill us. Jeez, another land on top. Oh, mill 1. That is pretty bad. Yeah, I don't like where we're at now. Last breath, I assume, to get the spy. Oh, no. Jeskai Ascendancy. All right, so opponent has a little bit of everything going on. I mean, that is a powerful effect, Jeskai Ascendancy. Bounce land. Opponent's getting pretty close to being able to go off, and we are not doing anything. Combat. Gets in, hits us. Sure. Well, we need a really good draw. Really, really, really good draw. Opponent passes. Oh, body double's looking so bad. All right, play the tap land and pass the turn. Yeah, we're in trouble now. We are in trouble now. Well, now we see what our opponent's trying to do. Jeskai Ascendancy, 1,000-Year Storm. Did not see this Verena. This is a card that's really thrown us for a bit of a loop here. Opponent gets in with both. You know they gotta have spells to sling. Yeah, Jeskai Ascendancy is pretty good. Discards a land. Well, I mean, we got to block and block. I'm sure we're getting blown out here, but we got to try. We got to try. We're in super duper flood out mode at the moment. Scours, triggers, loots. Yeah, the lack of enchantment removal might be a problem. The opponent pumps, opponent untaps. They loot, they mill. Discards a Flicker Wisp and a Wall of Omens. Stagger Shock. All right, so opponent's just trying to kill all of our stuff, which I think is going to work. Yeah, we're kind of just dying. Oh, well, now we know what our opponent's deck's doing, at least. Opponent hits us. Everything dies. I do not know how we get out of this. We drop to 7. Opponent passes. Glow Spore Shaman. Yeah, I think we're dead. Body double. Copy the spy. Mill ourselves. Pass the turn. Opponent untap. Stagger Shocks. Opponent's also playing super slowly, which, if we have another game like game 1, is going to be a problem for them. Are we just literally dead here? Seems likely. Opponent just needs any spell. Yeah, Jeskai Ascendancy's busted. All right, last breath. So opponent has a lot. Oh, okay. There's basically 2 cards we gotta try to avoid, which is Jeskai Ascendancy and 1,000-Year Storm. The problem is, we just don't really have. All right, run it back. I mean, we have the Spell Pierce. We're on the play. Hopefully we draw less lands, get a little more aggressive. Well, we get to play first. This is not a fast hand. I think we mulligan. All right, this will keep, I guess. This is also not a great hand. Our mana colors are good. Land go. Well, maybe enchantment removal is actually something you got to play in this format. Well, play the land. Seeker Squire. Liliana's Elite to the graveyard. Go. So opponent gets to start tutoring up lands. Opponent doesn't know about the Spell Pierce at the moment. Like, Spell Pierce on Jeskai Ascendancy, when it comes to it, would be huge. Opponent's going to tutor up a land. We'll see how much they play around it. They might not be able to get a bounce land because they'll have to discard a hand size. All right, opponent's going to get a bounce land, discard a hand size. I mean, this does mean they're going to be able to Weathered Wayfarer for the rest of time. Opponent passes. Discards to hand size. Well, let's see what we find. A forest. Well, Cryptic Spires hit you for 2. Opponent goes to 18. Untaps. Island. Bloodwater entity. Opponent gets in, hits us. Sure. Down to 19. Can we draw something we can cast? No. Crypt expired. I mean, we got to leave up the Spell Pierce because we know if our opponent plays Jeskai Ascendancy, it just beats us. Oh, we are kind of drawing on the lands again. None of our graveyard fillers, no grapple with the past, just, all the lands in the world. Opponent plays a plains. Next turn, they're going to be able to pay to resolve the Ascendancy through the Spell Pierce, and that's a big problem. Opponent gets in, hits us. I mean, if they have it, it is likely to beat us. We drop to 16. Opponent. Oh my god, this same exact draw again. Ah, and we draw even more lands. Oh, Magic Gods, not like this. Not like this. Balustrade Spy. Target us. Well, there is every non-land. Jeez. Oh, our deck is stacked in a very, very, very awkward order for us. Well, we milled a lot of cards, which is something we wanted. Although the thing is, we actually also wanted to draw our non-land cards. Opponent going with a big attack. Gonna loot. I mean, we need to resolve spider spawning. Resolving spider spawning gives us hope. That's our big payoff. Wow, we milled many of our best cards. Opponent discards, gains a life. Well, we're gonna double block, see if we can kill this Farina. Definitely expecting we go back to drawing lands because we just milled all of our non-lands. Opponent. Okay, Thought Scours. That doesn't change things with Farina though, right? Yes, Jeskai Ascendancy milled, that's huge. I mean, we will Spell Pierce a Stagger Shock here. So Spells Pierce the Stagger Shock, get rid of the Varina. Would be nice if we could draw something we could cast this turn. Next turn we get to try to, well, we'll see. Body double. Ooh, what do we target with it though? So body double, Varina, Spy, Soothsayer. I mean, the real question is going to be, can we resolve a spider spawning? That's the real one. Hostage Taker on the Bloodwater entity is kind of interesting. It can just get removed though. Eternal Witness to get back something. We're at 12. Well, let's play the body double. Yeah, let's Hostage Taker, hit the entity. Play Crypt Expires. Get in for 2. Well, next turn's the big turn. Next turn's the big turn. That's the turn where either we resolve a spider spawning or we don't. So there's definitely a chance that this Hostage Taker dies and our opponent gets back their Dork. Wall of Omens, draw a card. But if our opponent does that and we get to make spiders, that's still kind of okay. Land. Some ramp. All right, so might be trying to set up for 1,000-Year Storm, which is scary. That is very scary. Let's see what we draw. Forest. I'll go to combat. Attack with both. Opponent blocks. Drops to 13. Play the land. I mean, I think we just got a spider here. Make spiders. Kill us if you can. Opponent untaps. Do they have the 1,000-Year Storm? I mean, I guess if we're gonna losing the 1,000-Year Storm would be hilarious at least. I would rather win. Momentary Blink the Wall. Well, that's not a 1,000-Year Storm. Okay, we'll accept that. A bounce land. Passing. Let's get this thing out from under the Hostage Taker. To get back, grapple with the past. Play a Crypt Expires. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Well, it's all coming down to this. All coming down to this. This has been a wild, wild match. Opponent's going to 2-drop a land. I mean, there's still some chance our opponent 1,000-Year Storms us. It's not impossible. All right, gets a plains. Momentary Blink to draw a card. All right, opponent's trying to get set up. This is it. Opponent's at 4. Can they win the game or deal with our board? And they got to do it in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. They've taken a lot of time. Plays the land. Do you have 1,000-Year Storm? 1, 2, 3. Okay, Flicker Wisp, that's fine. I'm mostly worried about the 1,000-Year Storm. Blinking Wall of Omens a bunch of times is not gonna beat us. All right, so opponent's gonna get back to the Bloodwater entity. So I can get back a Stagger Shock. Is this gonna end with our opponent timing out? That's anticlimactic, although that's part of the rules. That's part of the rules of Moto. And opponent, wow, scoops it up. Huh. Well, I will say, opponent's deck looks sweet. I don't know about the support package. Ugh, like the Flicker Wisp, Wall of Omens, Varina. Yeah, I don't know. But I like that Jeskai Ascendancy Thousand Year Storm is a really cool idea. And we saw in game 1 or game 2, Jeskai Ascendancy can go off. Like, opponent just played a couple random dorks and then slung some spells and we just straight up died. But, well, we got there. Spider power. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Rough drafts time. We're gonna keep this. I mean, we do need white mana at some point, but playing some 4-color spider tribal white mana, that's white mana. All right, Cryptic Spires, go. All right, with the white mana, I like this hand. If we can get to the Soothsayer, to get to the Corridor, ooh, Grapple, that's also good. Forest, go. So opponent's blue, green, black. Everyone loves Sultai. Ooh, also 4 colors. This is such a haymakery format. Let's grapple. Cryptic Spires or Spy? Yeah, let's take the Spires for now. Untap, draw a forest. So white, green. Yeah, let's leave up Abzan Charm. Play the land, pass the turn. It's possible we want to exile something here. Opponent untaps forest and Bloodbraid Elf into Sensu's Divining Top. All right. Oh, do we have to? Wow, I don't really want to Abzan Charm that, but maybe we have to. I mean, we could also just draw cards. Yeah, let's draw. This might be super greedy, but draw 2, lose 2. Agony Warp. Well, that's a better way to kill stuff. Okay, so now let's play Glowspore. Mill some cards. Unlikely to get a land back here. Yeah, let's leave it. Play the tap land. So we milled 1 more creature and a spider spawning. Opponent untaps. Did not upkeep spin top. Goes, I mean, we will snap block here. Snap it off. Yeah, I mean, we want creatures in the graveyard, so this is good for us. Stay at 15. Opponent Izuri. Only a 3/3. Yeah, we probably gotta. Beginning of combat on your turn. Yeah, this feels a little bad, but we need to kill Azuri, play Cryptic Spires, pass the turn. So we can grapple with the past. I mean, eventually we're going to play a few spiders. We'd like to Soothsayer first if possible. Coiling Oracle, sure. Should get a land out of it, right? Yeah, opponent sets it up with the top. Mountain and... All right, passing. I'll grapple with the past. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, probably Liliana's elite for now, honestly. Play the land. Soothsayer. I mean, we're doing a good job of filling the graveyard. Definitely taking Eternal Witness. All right, pass the turn. Up to 5 creatures for the moment. Wouldn't mind a few more. I mean, at some point we can Corridor and immediately cast something, which is sweet. Opponent spins the top. Plays a land. A lot of mana. Hellkite Overlord. Woo! Okay. That's a bit of damage. That's a bit of damage. Opponent hits us. Well, now we definitely got to deal with that or we die. Green, black, white. So play Eternal Witness. Get back Abzan Charm. I was not expecting Hellkite Overlord. Play the plains. White, green, black. Exile Hellkite Overlord. Oh, yeah, hit you for 2. We do need to get some spiders going at some point. Opponent untaps. What other scary big things can our opponent have? Opponent's deck looks strong. Azuri, Bloodbraid, Hellkite Overlord. Elvish Rejuvenator. Okay, that doesn't immediately kill us. The real question is going to be, do they have counters? That's the big one. I think we're going to Corridor. Corridor to beat out a counter and then spider spawning. Spins the top. Land. 3 cards. I don't know how good top is. I love playing with top, but I'm not sure it's actually good. Really? Okay. Well, we will block. We don't mind another creature in the graveyard. Ooh, Hostage Taker. We got to make sure we don't die. 1, 2, 3. Corridor. Opponent lets it go. Play the land. Eternal Witness. Get back. Agony Warp. Hit ya. Down to 16. Oh, no. Wow, doesn't activate the top. Interesting. Okay, top. We're down to 10 cards in our library, too, which is worth keeping in mind. Okay, Lava Coil gets rid of the Corridor. Yeah. Exiling's a bummer. Opponent. Pat gets in. Well, we will block with Eternal Witness. spins the top. Rhino, land, gold steel heart. Well, it might be spider time. It might be spider time. Seeker Squire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2. Okay, so we do want to play around Mana League. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spider spawning. Seeker Squire. We also have a bunch of body doubles. A bunch of body doubles. We know our opponent's drawing top this turn. We still have another spider spawning. So our deck, we have 2 out of the 8 cards left in our deck. We have 2 body doubles, which are absurd. And also another spider spawning and 2 spider spawnings in the graveyard. Opponent tops looks. The Hellkite Overlord hit was whew. That was scary. I would feel like we're in great shape if it wasn't for the Hellkite Overlord attack, but we're at 7, so now I'm like a little nervous. You get like a Lavalanche or something and we could just die. It's 8 mana, but it's a lot of damage. Ooh, spins the top. All right. Grapple mills the top. All right, so opponent's done with the top part of the game. Gonna get back. I don't even know. Bloodbraid, Azuri. They know we have Agony Warp. Kind of hope they get Azuri and then we can steal it. Spider spawning Azuri seems insane. All right, opponent's gonna Bloodbraid. Spin it to win it. Spin it to win it into a Rancor. And gets to draw a card. All right, that's actually pretty good for them. I mean, we can put a board full of spiders in front of it though. Opponent goes to combat and passes. Spider spawning. I'll play the land. Spider spawning. Just keep making spiders. Spider spawning, even with 6 spiders, is pretty good value. Pretty good value. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Is this too greedy? We do need to close out the game. Is there a chance? All right. Yeah, attack with everything. I mean, ideally, we Agony Warp, right? When it blocks and blocks. Agony Warp. Hit you and you. What does our opponent have? They actually have something? We've been playing around Mana League pretty well. I mean, I guess there's like Mana Drain, Force of Negation. So there are other counters. Mana League seems like the most common though, just because it's at common. Or Spell Pierce. Agony Warp's so good. Lets it go. Take some damage. Well, I mean, Liliana's elite. Shields are down. Kill us if you can. I mean, our job has to be to kill our opponent quickly because there are bombs that get them out of this, like the Lavalanche. So we need to value forcing through damage. Nice thing about spiders is while they're good on offense, well, passable if you make enough of them, they're also really good on defense. Like if our opponent wants to attack, we can just throw a ton of spiders in front of like the Rhino, and we still have this hostage taker left over, which is nice. And most importantly, the Hellkite Overlord is exiled. Thank goodness. So that's not getting like Eternal Witness back or whatever. Opponent does have some bombs, but they don't have enough spiders. I think that's the bottom line. Bombs, but no spiders is apparently, well, we'll see. We'll see what our opponent has. Taking a minute to think is good. If we were just obviously dead, I feel like our opponent would not be thinking about it. They've been playing pretty quickly. Whew, Eternal Witness, yeah. What are we going for? Going for the Lava Coil. Sure. Doesn't seem that good though. Lava Coil. Hits a Liliana's elite. Goes to combat. Attacks. Block. Block. Spiders for days. Hopefully there's not like an instant speed way to... Okay, opponent scoops it up. Oh, spider power. I mean, opponent's deck had a lot of power too, and it just couldn't overcome the spiders. Couldn't overcome the spiders. Do we want to change anything? Oh, poor Elenda. I really want to have Elenda in this deck, but there's so much exile-based removal too. We saw like first matchup had Last Breath, our opponent's Lava Coiling. We might just be running it back. Last Breath. I think we just run it back. Severed Strands? Severed Strands could be okay. What would we cut though? Like I kind of like our setup. Body doubles team. And the funny thing is we won that match easily and we had body doubles left over and Abzan Charm. Like we had a bunch of good cards left at the bottom of our deck. Yeah, let's just run it back. That went pretty well. Let's just keep doing that until our opponent hopefully dies. All right, opponent's on the play for game number 2. The four color war. Apparently spider spawning's pretty decent. Ooh, all right. I kind of like this hand. We got a bunch of ways to fill the graveyard, which is good. And we got the spider spawning. And if we mill something good, we can Eternal Witness it back. So this is good in a bunch of ways. Tap land. Passes. Forest. Go. Opponent has a forest. And Coiling Oracle into, wow, that's a hit. Golgari Rot Farm. I'll play the land. Glowspore Shaman. We'd like to mill a land here, honestly. All right, we'll get back to Swamp. Pass the turn. So we're gonna need land of other colors. Yeah, we'll take the one. That's fine. Down to 19. Opponent plays a land and Rhino. Well, okay, grapple with the past. Oh, more green and black mana. That's not great. Okay. Yeah, not finding your blue mana. Okay, I'm a little scared now. Opponent's got off to a pretty aggro start here, and our spiders are still not super close. If our opponent can foul this up with another strong play, we could be in trouble. Hits us. Well, we'll take it. Down to 14. Oracle. Mist Meadow Witch. Mountain. Rejuvenator. 1, 2. Well, Balustrade Spy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can't play the dragon yet. Although next turn maybe. Well, mill ourselves. Ugh, single card. Well, at least it's a forest we didn't want. Oh, a little scared. Hitting double bounce land off these ramp spells was pretty good for our opponent. Pretty good. That Coiling Oracle into bounce land, so strong. Right now we're only spider spawning for 2. That is an embarrassment. Well, we're finally having some mana trouble, which we talked about being a possibility, but it's finally coming to fruition here. Opponent. That was a bad spy too. All the die rolls have just not went in our favor this game. Bad spy, no blue mana in our top 17 cards. Spinning into the bounce land with the Oracle. Prophetic Bolt. All right, things keep getting worse. Kills the spy. Goes to combat. Attacks. Yeah, we'll take it. 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, if our opponent follows us up by countering spider spawning, that's real bad. Or just playing the dragon. The dragon just gets us hard. I mean, I think we just got to play spider spawning and hope. Wow, all of them. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spider spawning. Please don't mana leak it or spell pierce it. All right, we get a few little spiders. Pass the turn. Okay, no dragon. Grapple with the past. Mills 3 lands. Well, not the best grapple. Do they have Hellkite Overlord? We don't have enough spiders to survive that at the moment, and we still don't have blue mana. Well, that's if the Hellkite Overlord is in hand, this is where it can come down. No, they do have it. Oh, jeez. Oh, Villainous Mouth. Okay. Wow. Well, there goes all of our blue mana and our white mana. Wow, we might be really color screwed this game, but at least our opponent only hit a Seeker Squire, so we're not dead. Although losing all that blue mana is a bummer. Opponent passes. Well, 1, 2. Grapple with the past. Get the forest. Play the land. Eternal Witness. Get back. I mean, I guess grapple. Pass the turn. Oh, we're just trying to hold on. Trying to hold on and stay alive. We need more spiders. We need way more spiders. And we need our colors of mana. I'm actually not 100% sure. White, black, blue, green, blue. I mean, we have a white, blue one, right? We have very, very, very few ways to play our blue and white spells because of that villain as well. That got us pretty good. And we're still not safe from a Hellkite Overlord. That's the scary part. Opponent 4 cards in hand. Goes to combat. Huge attack. Well, I mean, block, 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 block. There are ways we get blown out here, but this is our best option. All right, we go to 5 or 4. Eternal Witness. Prophetic Bolt. Yep. Sure. Well, that was interesting. That was super interesting. I don't feel like the Spell Pierce does enough. Yeah, run it back. Run it back again. This time we're on the play. Hopefully we draw more colors of mana. Oh, we need to stabilize a little earlier, I think. We say your opponent has a little bit of reach with like the Prophetic Bolt or whatever. We need to stabilize a little bit earlier so we're not so low on life. That was really a Coiling Oracle win. That Coiling Oracle spin into bounce land, that's what put us in a really bad position. Because then our opponent, the extra land drop was huge. And then they had the turn 3, 4/4 Trampling Rhino. And that was just hard to keep up with. Well, our colors of mana are here. And we have some early game stuff, which I like. So Cryptic Spires, go. Forest for our opponent. Sensei's Divining Top. Well, Swamp and Seeker Squire. And all right, hit a land. Island for our opponent and passes. Well, go to combat. Hit you with the Squire for 1. Seeker Squire number 2. Yeah, let's graveyard the elite. Play the tap land, pass the turn. All right, we've gotten off to a much quicker start here. Opponent's going to spin the top. Hopefully this game, our opponent's going to be the one that's off on the back foot. And then we can use the spiders to hopefully close out the game. Do they keep a hand leaning on top to hit lands? If this is spin top, our opponent's in sketchy shape. They're only seeing 1 new card compared to end stat. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is our opponent maybe being top locked, I think. They need that 3rd card down to be a land. That looks like what's happening here. If they're top locked and have all non-lands on top, they might be dead. That is a problem with top, kind of like Brainstorm, the Brainstorm lock, where it's so good at finding what you need. Oh, all right. Opponent found a bounce land. So opponent they did have a land. Disregard everything I said. There's a spider spawning. Well, we'll play the land. 1, 2, 3, 4. Balustrade Spy. Mill ourselves. Keep filling the yard, hopefully. Okay. We milled a creature and a spider spawning and a land. Well, hit ya. Down to 16. Opponent untaps. So next turn we can like glow spore and grapple maybe. Well, grapple with the past. Get back. Liliana's Elite is what, a 2/2 right now? That's not that big. Let's take Corridor. Play a land. Glow Spore Shaman. Do we want to land? Only 3 creatures in the graveyard. It's kind of a bummer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, let's get back the forest, I think. Hit ya. Down to 14. Our milling's been kind of meh. Have not milled many creatures. Opponent takes it. Oracle spins into, please not a bounce land. Actually, they know the top of their deck. All right, not a bounce land, but a land. Spins the top. If our opponent attacks, we'll do some blocking. We kind of don't mind our stuff dying here, honestly. We can play Corridor, but we can't get any immediate value unless stuff dies. 8, 7, 6, 5. I mean, it's still probably worth it. It's going to make our opponent probably spend their turn killing it. I mean, in a perfect world, our opponent like attacks, we double block, kill the rhino, Corridor, get something back. I mean, I guess we can also just swing out. Would rather wait a little longer to make spiders. 3 is it's not enough. Not enough spiders for our purposes. Opponent plays a swamp. Combat. No attacks. All right, well, there's a forest. Go to combat. Swing with everything. Opponent blocks. Opponent blocks. Stuff dies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, all right, let's just make spiders. 5 spiders, go. Was thinking about playing Corridor and recasting something. I like getting wow, opponent's gonna respin. They just set up the top of their deck. That's a problem with top. That's why it's banned in so many formats. Opponent top, set things up, something changes, you gotta top again, change it around. And it just ends up taking a long time. Although I will say our opponents played it pretty quickly, but that is the main reason it's banned in formats like Modern. It's not that it's OP as much as it's just so slow. I feel like we're in decent shape here. We can Corridor for, maybe Liliana's Elite is just big. Oh, it's also down to 11. And I mean, more spiders will be coming. That's what makes it powerful. They just keep coming. Opponent still topping. It's probably a good sign, though, that our opponent's feeling a little uncomfortable about how this game is going. All right. Opponent figures out their top. Oracle into land. I mean, top Oracle is pretty good. Tops. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. See if we draw land. Opponent plays a mountain. Combat. No attacks. Passes. Grapple with the past. Grapple with the past. Forest. Play the land. Attack with everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if our opponent plays at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, that's fine. Attack with everything. Spins the top. Agony Warp. Sure. So that does prevent a bit of damage. Opponent blocks. Drops to 7. Corridor. Oh, no. Oh, we kind of mistapped, didn't we? We did. All right, that's fine. Pass the turn. Oh, so we didn't get the immediate Corridor value, but we can still grapple with the past. Opponent plays an island. Here comes something big. Villainous Wealth X6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, let's see what happens. Hostage Taker, Agony Warp, Liliana's Elite. I mean, that's not bad for our opponent. Is it enough? So I can hostage take the corridor, I guess. So they kill a spider. Hostage take corridor. Yeah, Liliana's elite. No attacks. Well, 1-2, grapple with the past. Wow, we might mill out here. That is an actual possibility. None of the creatures are great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll take body double. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Spider spawning. Pass the turn. This is going to be so close. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. They got Eternal Witness. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So Eternal Witness Villainous Wealth is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Do they have enough lands to just mill us out right now? Well, they do. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, that's going to do it. Well, I mean, I guess if you're going to lose, you might as well lose to Villainous Wealth. Yeah, we need one more turn. Well, fair enough. On to round number 5 with 4-color spiders. And, I guess we'll keep this. We don't have any black mana, which is annoying. We'd like to get this Seeker Squire going. So hopefully we draw a black source or more forest. More forest, not helpful. All right, deck, be good. Maybe we get punished for this key. Opponent forest and Quasali Pride Mage. That's a clock. Black mana. Soothsayer. Well, okay, land go. Well, maybe we regret keeping this. We'll see. It's possible. Oh my god, we definitely are going to regret keeping. Oh boy, that's a fast clock. We're taking 4. All right, well, we're going to need things to come together pretty quick here. Opponent has a land. That's a black card. Yeah, should have mulliganed. Possible we should have considered mulliganing about it. Well, I mean, that's the power of being 2 colors, which our opponent seems to be. You get consistency. It might actually be close to scoop time here. We'll draw one more card. All right, yeah. We're gonna let our opponent think we're a blue-green deck. There's no way we can catch up at this point. Well, okay. Opponent won the die roll. We kept a hand that honestly couldn't cast any spells and got punished. That's the TLDR. Well, run it back. We're on the play, and I think that we as long as we can stabilize, the spider should beat what our opponent's doing. Blue, green, white, green. Boy, are we going to do it again? This hand is good if we draw a black source. I mean, it can't happen twice in a row, right? That's how math works. Our odds of getting mana skewered are less this time because we got mana skewered last time. Pretty sure that's how math works. Opponent. I mean, black is one of our primary colors. We have more black than just about any. That's a body double. All right, well, land go. Oh, this would be a disappointing ending to this draft. Opponent. Plains and Quasali Bridemate. Oh, Conclave Mentor. All right, black mana. All right, that is black mana. We're doing it the slow, hard way, but we did there. We got all of our colors. We did it. We would like to just draw another land. That would be the best. Abzan Felkina gets in, hits us. Sure. And land, please. Okay, we do draw a land. So play the land. I think... I mean, so the upside play is to Bellestrade Spy. Yeah, I think we Spy. Spy's a good enough blocker here. And we have these body doubles. So if we Spy and then we draw land, there's a chance we can do some reanimation shenanigans. Okay, well, that was not a lot of non-lands out of the way. Mill the Spider spawning, Glowspore Shaman, Agony Work, Grapple, and Plains. Travel prep. Oh boy. So opponent's going super aggro. Okay, this is bad. Opponent goes attacking. We take 1,000,000. Well, opponent's aggro plan is looking good at the moment. There's a Pride Mage. 2, grapple with the past. Get back a Plains. Play the Plains. I am not 100% sure if we can stabilize or not. So we can try to use Abzan Charm to exile something. We got to get to the spiders, but I don't know if we're going to. Our opponent might be fast enough that we just can't get to the spiders here. Militia Bugler to draw a card. Maybe. Hopefully not. Yeah, opponent went consistency. Gets a experiment one. Okay, so white, black, green. Get rid of the Conclave Mentor. Opponent grows their dorks. Oh, this is going to be close. Gets in. Yeah, I think we got a chump. We really need to draw a spider spawning, I think. So we dropped to 7. Liliana's elite. Well, we need to body double the hostage taker to get rid of the falconer for now. Pass the turn. We're trying. Can we stabilize? Oh, spider spawning would be so huge. We have milled every grapple with the pass, but not that many creatures. Hopefully opponent's about done with shenanigans. Goes to combat. Gets in. I mean, we got a block. Drop to 4. Opponent. Mentor the meek. And experiment 1. Draws a card. Yeah. Oh, come on, spider spawning. Spider spawning. That's what we need. It's an island. So we're one land away from flashing back spider spawning. 1 creature, 2 creature, 3 creature. How do we ensure staying alive or give us the best odds? Okay, play Glowspore Shaman. I think we got a Glowspore Shaman to make sure we hit our land next turn. And we mill a few cards. So Glowspore Shaman. Forest, and then Falconer, and then pass the turn. All right, so plan is chump block with everything and then make spiders. Opponent. If they have another Falconer, we're in trouble. We had to get rid of it because otherwise if they kill the hostage taker, we just die to this Pride Mage with flying. So we had to get it out from under the hostage taker. We might be able to stabilize here. Spider spawning's gonna make what? 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 or 5. A meal, okay. I mean, that's a good card. Opponent goes to combat. Opponent. Attacks. Block. I mean, if they got a pump spell, they got a pump spell. We can't really play around that. Block. Okay, they're gonna blink the mentor. That's fine. We're not dead. So we go to 2. Opponent loses some stuff. We get rid of the Pride Mage, which is nice. And the experiment 1. Okay, opponent passes. We draw a forest that we put on top. Well, I mean, I think the safe play is just to make a couple spiders, and then we'll figure things out from there. Not the best spider spawning of all time, but even 4 spiders here is big to just buy us a bit of time. So 4 spiders. Pass the turn. Next turn, we might be able to body double hostage taker, get rid of Emil, or maybe mentor. Opponent. All right, Emil, gonna blink Militia Bugler. I mean, we are gonna have to get rid of something because this is a pretty sweet little card advantage engine our opponent has set up. So Militia Bugler goes digging, finds nothing. Emil, gonna put a counter on the dork. Mentor the meek, gets to draw a card. Yeah, we gotta break up this synergy. Opponent plays a land. Oh, another Falconer, okay. Well, our reach spiders do help, but this still isn't great. Kind of want to draw another land, honestly. Opponent, combat, passes. Ooh, Eternal Witness. Okay. What do we do with it, though, is the question. We could just get rid of the meal. Get back the Abzan Charm. That might be the best bet. This has flying, but our spiders do have reach. So 1, 2, 3. White, black, green. All right, so actually, boy, stealing the meal would be so good. It does leave us open to removal, though. But we could just body double the meal and be like, either you kill it this turn or we're going to cast it, and then we can start blinking the hostage takers. Oh, boy, it's greedy, but I think we're going to do it. All right, body double the hostage taker. Get rid of a meal. Pass the turn. I mean, if we get to untap, we're in amazing shape. Can you kill the hostage taker or us? Tap land, 1 card in hand. Is it removal? Oh, outlasting. Okay, that's okay. Opponent passes. Okay, this is where we wanted to be. I think we stabilized. So play the land. Get the meal out from under this hostage taker for sure. And now we pass the turn. And now we can start blinking hostage takers. Blinking hostage takers to steal the rest of our opponent's board. Oh, wow, that was close. Opponent almost managed to aggro us there. Experiment 1. All right, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna do this now. It's a little greedy, but I think it's worth it. Blink hostage taker, copy hostage taker, get rid of mentor the meek. New. To keep our opponent from drawing cards. Emil's a sweet card. I'm glad it's on our side of the battlefield. And opponent's goes sit up. Okay. That was sweet. I mean, we got to see the spiders be good, but that was a good testament to body double. We somehow managed to stabilize. Okay, so opponent is very aggressive. Do we have anything that's going to help against a super aggro deck? Last Breath comes in. Maybe even Severed Strands comes in. We could even try the Spider. It does have reach. We gotta be aware of our opponent going way aggro. That is a possibility. We could cut Corridor. Corridor it's powerful, but it's slow. Do we need a powerful slow card in this matchup, or do we just need all the fast stuff we can get? We could almost cut White, although I want the Last Breath now. The Last Breath seems good. What do we cut? I think it's Corridor, unfortunately. Little awkward to cut our Mythic, but we'll just steal our opponent's Mythics with Hostage Taker. Maybe one Abzan Charm. We want to try to keep our creature count high for spider spawnings. Yeah, let's go down one. I mean, although that is a removal spell, and we do want all of our removal. Could go down Grapple with the Past. Or we could just not bring in Severed Strands. Yeah, you know what? Let's not Severed Strands. Severed Strands a little meh. All right, try it like that. One more removal spell, get the Last Breath in. Oh, so the challenge here, can we stabilize? We should win the late game. As we saw there, can we stabilize to get to the late game? This looks like a snap mulligan, unfortunately. The spider spawnings are good, but yeah, we gotta ship it. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Wow, we might keep this. We need to draw land in our first 2 turns. And then we can grapple into more lands, fill the graveyard, spider spotting. It's risky. It is risky. And we lost. We're already on. Yeah, we're not going to 5. Liliana's elite to the bottom. All right. Show us lands, Magic Gods. Show us lands. 4 is for our opponent. And passes. All right, there's the swamp. So we should be okay now. Maybe even good. Like this hand hitting our land drops could be really strong because we have 2 spider spawnings and some ways to fill the graveyard. Opponent Quasali Bride Mage and passes. Well, I got all the grapple with the pass. All right, well, swamp go. Opponent untaps. Can we fill the graveyard? Can we get to the spider spawnings? Those are the questions. Opponent gets in, hits us for 3. So we'd like to mill creatures and lands. Tap land. Come on, nothing. Okay, that's good. Grapple with the past. Get back a island. Untap. Play the land. Pass the turn. 2 creatures in the graveyard. Opponent untaps. So now we have like a white source. Land for our opponent. Oh, this draw again. Double Pride Mage. Opponent goes to combat. Gets and hits us. Yeah, down to 13. Yeah, this is how we lost game 1. Opponent having the double Pride Mage draw. Well, okay. Grapple with the past. Oh, we whiffed on lands? Oh no, that's bad. That's real bad. We'll take the spy, I guess. Land, please? No. Well, okay. Grapple with the past. Well, I guess we take... Yeah, we can't play anything, right? All right, take Cryptic Spires. Play Cryptic Spires. Well, I mean, this is huge. If we draw a land, we can play our first spider spawning. What does our opponent have this turn? Are we going to stabilize in time? So we're taking 4 down to 9. Hopefully our opponent does not have more to go with it, or we're going to be in a scary spot. Opponent combat hits us. Down to 9. Oh, white source would be kind of helpful. Opponent, more threats. Emil, that's a good one. Cryptic Spires, blue and green. Well, play the land. Bellestrade Spy, mill ourselves. Oh, that tap land, not great. Oh, exactly, a land on top. All right. Not convinced that we're going to make it. Opponent untaps. Has Ambushcade. So they can hit us to 1. Oh, it pumps. Wow, that's exactly lethal. I will say, so obviously, little disappointed that we ended up with a 1-2 as far as our record. Although if you look at those matches, like every single one really could have went either way. Like every single one. This one, I guess we deserve some blame for that game 1 loss where we did keep the hand with no black man and got punished for it. But everyone. And the only thing I'd say about this deck, because there's not much point in wrapping up a limited deck, but we did see in match number 2, we lost to essentially a spell-based combo deck. In game 1, it was also the Jeskai Ascendancy 1000 Year Storm deck, which we won that match, but our opponent took a game with Jeskai Ascendancy. So I think my takeaway from this draft is you got to be prepared for non-creature win conditions. Counter spells maybe go up in value just to have an answer to like the Villainous Wealth combo kill or the Jeskai Ascendancy coming down. So that's my takeaway from this super long, super grindy, somewhat disappointing record-wise, although really like, seriously, this could have went anywhere from, it felt incredibly close every single round. Like, we could have went anywhere from 3-0 to 0-3, honestly, with this draft. And we ended up with a 1-2. It would look better if we could say we got a 2-1, although, whatever, it's not about the look. So that's a lesson. Be prepared for non-creature finishers, because they do exist in this format. We saw them multiple times. And our deck is, I mean, I guess we got aggroed out, lost a die roll, aggroed out, mana screwed, whatever in the last round. But a deck like this with all the spiders, really, really good at stabilizing against creature decks. Like if our opponent's just trying to run out creatures and do that, like Spider Spawning is going to own that all day. On the other hand, we did see ourselves like at a loss against the deck that was winning with Villainous Wealth, Eternal Witness, Villainous Wealth. We just didn't have a way to interact with that. So that's something to keep in mind. I think a counter spell for the sideboard, a mana leak for the sideboard, something like that, I think is something I'm going to aim for if I'm in those colors, to have an answer to those less common but really powerful non-creature finishers. So anyway, that's our Double Masters. So definitely not Modern Masters. Double Masters 2022 draft for today. So thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.